Thank you for joining our second Zoom meeting for the Council on Aging. It's July 8th, 2020, and it's 9:06. We'll start this meeting. I'll do a roll call for everyone. I am present. Tom Ford is not here. Laura, here. Pat Goldman by phone.
Present.
Barbara Garvey.
Present.
Mary Holland.
Present.
And Linda Kelly. I don't think she can hear us though.
And Frank Lynham is also in on the session.
Okay.
I had you as a guest.
Yeah, well, actually, everyone but the three members are guests.
Okay.
Okay. Welcome, Mary. I hope your first few days have been pleasant. Learning
They
everything.
are. Thank you for welcoming me.
And welcome back, Pat. We're glad to have you back.
Thank you. Old wise mouth returns, however briefly.
The minutes of the June 22nd, 2020 meeting have been presented and reviewed. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Patricia Goldman, motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Laura Andrade, motion to second.
Is there any discussion? I don't hear any, so since we're meeting remotely, we'll need to do a roll call and say yes or no to approve. No, Laura
Yes.
and Pat, does she abstain?
Yes.
Or can she vote? She's yes?
You may vote.
Okay.
Oh, I wasn't present for that past meeting. Maybe I shouldn't.
Well, that's up to you. The vote is simply to accept
What
the
was
minutes as
presented.
a record.
Okay.
You-
Yeah, I vote
Some
to
people
approve.
adjourn, some people abstain, some don't.
Okay, I vote to approve.
I also vote yes, so thank you. The motion has passes. We now have the director's report. Barbara?
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
I'm pleased to announce that the Board of Selectmen approved the appointment of Mary Holland as the new Council on Aging Director. Welcome, Mary. You'll be in good hands, trust me.
It's nice to see other faces too. Good morning.
The Board of Selectmen also approved the appointment of Patricia Goldman to again serve on the COA board. I look forward to Pat's return engagement, and I am
That's
sincerely
kind of you,
thankful.
Barbara.
And I'm sincerely thankful, as we all are, for her continuing to serve on the board. The Board of Selectmen also approved the appointment of me to serve on the board after my retirement date of July 18th. And I look forward to continuing to be involved and to serve the COA in any capacity I can, and will help out in any way.
We are delighted to know that.
Thank you, Pat.
Me especially, Pat.
All staff have returned to working their usual schedules in the building. At a recent meeting, the Board of Selectmen indicated that they don't have a clear picture on when the senior center will open to the public, but it looks as though it'll be at least the end of the summer. We continue to run the following services during this pandemic. Mondays around town bus to pharmacies, banks, and Family Dollar. Tuesdays, food shopping. Since we have limited capacity on the buses, we've limited it to 4, so we're doing 2 runs because they do fill up. Meals on Wheels have been delivered every day without fail. Under building and property maintenance, we had a major plumbing issue a week or so ago that required the services of budget drains who had to clear the drains from the roof. It was a bathroom drain, so we had to use the town hall restroom for a little while. But that has since
That
been
must be.
rectified. Yeah, that was a ball.
Yeah.
Under bus maintenance, I sent the older bus over for an oil change and received word that they have deemed it unsafe to return to service due to rusting and rotting of the chassis underneath. They did offer to possibly switch it with one of their buses. So Frank has been kind enough to agree to work with that to see what we can do in that respect.
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from
Michael
Mike.
Lambert, is it?
Lambert on that.
Okay, thanks. Programs and trips, obviously not much is going on other than what I mentioned a few minutes ago. We are looking into adding a Walmart run each week on Thursdays, again with limited capacity. So we will, and without stopping at restaurants for lunch, which is what we had normally done. So it'll just be to Walmart and back if people are so inclined. And again, with a minimal amount of folks on the bus. And that concludes my director's report. Since we only met 2 weeks ago.
Do I have a motion to approve the director's report?
Pat makes a motion to approve the director's report.
Do I have a second?
Laura Andrade moves to a second the motion.
Is there any further discussion? I don't hear any. We'll need to do a roll call, yes or no vote to approve. So Laura,
Yes.
Pat,
Yes.
and I vote yes. There's no one abstaining. Anyone opposed? Okay, the motion passes. The I think Barbara has the financial reports.
I do. I believe everybody received their copy.
Thank you.
The only, there are a couple of things out of the ordinary. Under the formula grant expense in April, you'll see Trask equipment. That for $1,802. That is the Council on Aging's portion towards the new bus fuel depot, which is at the DPW. Our buses fill there. So Frank asked for a kind donation to help defray the cost of that fuel depot. So that's about the only thing in April that was out of the ordinary. And in May, again, out of the formula grant account, part of our stockade fence at the side of the building fell to the ground. So Sweezy Fence came and repaired that for $404. And then I described the clogged toilets. So Budget Drains came and took care of that for $740. And it was well worth it, trust me. And
Sure.
those are the only comments I have on out of the ordinary things on the financial report.
So the financial reports are April, May, and June have been presented and reviewed. Do we have a motion to approve the financial reports?
A motion to approve the financial report.
Okay, do I have a
Laura
second?
Andrade.
Pat, second the motion.
Okay, do we have any further discussion or comments? We'll do a roll call vote. Laura,
Yes.
Pat,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Is anyone opposed or abstaining? No. Thank you. The motion has passed. The next item on the agenda is the committee reports. Do we have any?
We really have nothing new to report. Old Colony Elder Services does not meet in July and August. The Friends we still have not heard from since last September.
Are there any of them left?
I don't know. The folks that we generally communicated with stated that they are no longer to be communicated with.
Yep.
So I don't know where that is or what their status is. And then self-help, nothing new to report other than fuel assistance will start up in the fall. And we do have a volunteer that will do those applications for us.
Okay.
That's it for committee reports.
Okay, is there any old business?
No, I don't have any.
Is there any new business?
I may have some.
Okay,
Frank, the change in operation, hours of operation, is that something I discuss here or in executive?
This would be an open session, yes.
Okay. In rethinking the lack of traffic through the building and all of that, we are considering changing the operating hours of the senior center by taking out Tuesday nights. We had worked Tuesday nights so that we were able to provide passport applications. And in the same way, we were hoping, we do the Tuesday night suppers, we were hoping to entice some new folks, younger folks, into the building on Tuesday nights. And pretty much the dinners became the same group, and didn't get a lot of new folks in. And with lack of passports, we are also going to discontinue being a passport agency for the town. So we are looking to change the hours, opening Monday through Friday at 8, closing at 4 o'clock Monday through Thursday, and closing at 1 o'clock on Friday, which I think makes a lot more sense.
Okay.
Does that need a vote, Frank, or is that just,
It definitely needs a vote.
okay?
Okay. So do I have a motion to approve the vote on the change of hours?
So moved, Madam Chairman.
Do I have a second?
Second, I second the motion, Laura.
So we'll have to do a roll call, yes or no, since we're on Zoom. So Laura,
Yes.
Pat,
Yes.
I also vote yes. Anyone opposed or abstained? Thank you. The motion passes.
And do we need also a motion, Frank, on discontinuing passport applications?
I think that would be clean. Perhaps a motion due to the restrictions imposed on the senior center because of the pandemic to discontinue offering the passport service at the senior center.
Put that to a vote on. Do I have a?
So
motion to
moved,
pass?
Madam Chairman.
Do I have a second?
I second it.
Okay, and we'll do a roll call vote. Laura,
Yes.
Pat,
Yes.
and I vote also yes. The motion has passed for the removal of passbook applications.
Barbara, we'll have to get together and see what notice is required to the State Department.
Okay.
Just continue the process.
Okay. Is there any further new business or anything else?
Not from me.
Okay.
How about the date of the next meeting, which clearly isn't July 8th?
The board does not usually meet in August, so our next scheduled meeting will be Wednesday, September 9th, 2020 at 9 a.m.
September 9th. Hopefully by that time in person.
Let's hope, yes.
Well, I would suggest you consider meeting in August for the benefit of the newly appointed director. There may be some issues that would be best discussed among the board. And we wouldn't want to encourage Mary to bypass the open meeting law by doing polling. And you do have the benefit of someone who has been thoroughly exposed to the open meeting law.
Absolutely.
So you may, you may not meet till September, but it might not be a bad idea to
Mhm.
put a date together just in case it's needed.
So that would be Wednesday, August 12th.
August 12th.
9
Once
a.m.
again, we can hope the building
Yes.
will be open.
Yes, let's
I
hope.
can tell you it probably won't be on August 12th.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that cheerful bit I could have done without.
Killjoy.
Getting warts on my ear.
We are now, just so that everybody has a better understanding of what's happening out there, and you may well know this, 28 states have now experienced a surge. It was 18 last week.
Yeah.
And what's happening, in my estimation, is that people are becoming less apprehensive about gatherings. And there's no way to know if someone in the little group you're in has been exposed. And by the time their symptoms are obvious, they've already been contagious. So people are just getting very surprised all of a sudden. And the young people are getting it too, which is kind of a contradiction of what we've seen in the past 3 months. So caution really needs to be the order of the day. I received a call from a very irate resident 2 days ago demanding that we open the town hall. And it didn't appear there was any particular reason for him wanting to be in the town hall. Just wanted to be able to walk in the town hall. And our standard right now for service is we are fully staffed. We are available to provide any and all services that the town offers. However, we're doing them remotely or by appointment. So if someone needs to come to the town hall, it has to be for something that can't be handled either electronically or through the Dropbox and mail, in which case we will make an appointment with that person to meet with whomever they need to meet with in the auditorium, following all safety protocols. And I just don't see any other option right now, because the last thing we've gone through this thing, to the best of my knowledge, only one town employee was the word I'm going to use, isolated or
Quarantined.
quarantined. Thank you. Mine's getting old.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that was because that employee's spouse was exposed and became ill. Now, it's phenomenal to say that with all the people working in the town hall or the town corporation, no one has come down with COVID. So what we're doing is working. I don't want to rock the boat.
Right.
yeah,
That's incredible.
That is wonderful
Yep.
news.
forget that.
So yeah, it's going to be a little more painful for us. You should know that you're in good company. The library feels the same way you do. And we are providing remote services at the library. We've had over 200 book orders and pickups at the
And half of
library.
those are mine.
But yeah, we're doing all the curbside service we can. But again, it's a matter of safety. We probably will open the library once we can get the appropriate safety equipment in there. And that includes these plastic partitions that are popping up everywhere.
You're so attractive.
Yeah.
Well, if they're done right, they're not too bad.
Right.
And they did a nice job here at the town hall with it. The bigger challenge is when you're not putting it in a window, when you're in a standalone setting, mounting it so that it's protecting you at your desk, because it's either going to be hanging from the ceiling or mounted from the floor, and it just looks clumsy.
That was
As
also,
long as it works.
Right.
that was a consideration for passport applications, because we do them in a desk, at a desk in another room, so they would need to be a stand-up enclosure and,
Right.
You know.
I would feel better if you had the type of facility that gave you expansive room for that. You don't. And that's part of what drives the decision.
Mm,
And that's frustrating because we have enough seniors in town that there should be some demand and support for a better facility to serve those seniors.
should be.
Maybe the next wave of Friends of Seniors might be a little more active and vocal in that area.
Do you need to be a town resident for that?
No. And when you consider places like Abington, which did happen to stumble over a real fortunate opportunity,
Yeah.
but it cost them some money too. They
Mhm.
put a great center together. We should be able to do the same thing.
You would
but-
think so.
you know, there are so many demands on the pocket right now for the typical resident, and I'm sure everybody's going to be thrilled when they look at some of the numbers on the town meeting, which, by the way, will be on the 27th of July, under the stars, hopefully dry,
At the high school in
at the
here.
high school.
Mhm.
And I'm going up there today to scout out the field area that they're designating for us. Following that, I will probably order a dozen canisters of DEET or whatever it is you spray on.
Gin would be good.
Make them available for liberal dosing when they check in for the meeting. And
Exactly
other
as we planned.
potential entertainment. But anyway, I digress.
So Frank, is it rain or shine?
We'll have a rain date, which will probably be the next day.
Okay.
I don't think we can do a rain or shine on a town meeting. I'll tell you what, if there's thunder, lightning, and downpours, you're not going to see me sitting in a chair saying, I vote.
In the metal bleachers. No.
Timing should work good because it can set up chairs. They can be the same ones used for graduation.
Well, that's part of the thought. The other thing is Hanson is holding their meeting 2 days after us,
Okay.
or maybe even a day after us.
Mm.
So it's a multi-purpose setup, and we should be okay with that. But those are all the reasons why we're not opening the doors right now. And I know people are getting restless and frustrated, but we have to face the reality that we're in.
Yeah.
And I'd rather see a little inconvenience than have somebody suffering from a very insidious disease, or worse yet,
Mm.
dying from it. So we'll continue to do what we think is best. We may not be right, but we're calling the shots based on the best interest of the community and the employees.
Before we adjourn, I just wanted to let you folks know that I just received a text from Tom Ford, who said he got a medical call just before the Zoom meeting, so he apologizes. He's out saving lives as usual.
Well, and I did send Pat, I don't have an email for you, but I did send an invitation to the next meeting, which is immediately following this one,
Okay.
which will be an executive session, not open to the public.
Okay, so I have to go through this number thing again?
Yes,
It's disconnect and then reconnect?
yes.
Okay.
You can do it, Pat.
I have my doubts. You know, I've used up my fingers by
Well,
now.
the good news, Pat, is you don't have to dial a 1 in front of the number.
Thank you, Frank.
It'll save you one finger stroke.
You know, I'm going to get even for all of this. It will take time, but I'm
I'm
going to
sure.
take care of it. Now, we have already had a motion to adjourn?
No, that's the next.
Okay.
Right. Do I have a motion to
Okay.
adjourn?
So
So
well,
moved.
let's wait, hold that.
Okay.
We first need a motion to go into executive session.
Okay.
So Denise, why don't you do that one?
Do I have a motion so we can move into the executive session in accordance with Mass General Laws, Chapter 30A, Section 21A2, to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel?
So moved, Madam Chairman.
Do I have a second?
Second, I second it.
Okay, on this vote, you will be voting to adjourn the opening session, and we'll then go into an executive session, which is not public, and we will then complete our business for the day.
Okay.
Call vote. Laura,
Yes.
Pat,
Yes.
and I vote yes. So thank you. This open-ended meeting is now adjourned, and we'll move into executive session. Thank you all.
Okay.